This is the perfect tool for when you're retouching the family photos at last weekend's wedding and Uncle Harry, who's kind of an alcoholic, has the big red nose, and you can just, you'll be fine. We're working on getting rid of the redness in our face today. So whether that's because it's cold outside, or because you've got rosacea, or because you're blushing, or something else along those lines. We've got some redness, we're gonna deal with it, okay? This is Ashley Alexandra, and I'm about to show you how to get redness out of your skin tones. So here's our guy, and here is our pink cheeks that we wanna deal with, and just a few blemishes that we wanna get rid of. So I'm gonna start with my healing brush tool, and I'm going to zoom in. You can also hit J to select that tool, and then to use it we're going to alt click on an area of the skin that has no blemishes, an area of the skin that is sort of the same texture as the area that we want to fix, that we want to heal. So it's probably going to be a spot that's not terribly far from the imperfection. So alt click to take sort of a copy of that spot on the skin, and then just click and paint over the areas that you want to heal. Alright, so that looks good. I think we got most of the spots that looked more obvious to me. So the next adjustment we will make is adding a selective color adjustment layer. So go ahead and click that, and then we'll start in our color picker at the reds. And then we're going to cycle through the different colors and just see what is going to look the least pink, the least red and in your face. Going through each one slowly and just dragging the toggle down and up, including the blacks, taking the blacks down a bit and brightening up the skin. And then we'll go into yellow and do the exact same thing. And so remember, we are editing for the skin right now. Ignore all the rest of the colors of the photo and just focus on the red skin that you're trying to improve. Alright, so that's looking good. We'll back up a bit. And now heading down to our layer, clicking the layer mask, and then Command I to invert the layer mask. This is going to hide the adjustment. Clicking your brush tool, making sure that we're using white. We're on the white color. Nice soft brush. Let's take our flow to about 70. Our opacity to about 40, and then we're going to paint our selective color adjustment back on our guy's face, being mindful not to go over the edges too much, and just applying a bunch of nice thin layers, building up the adjustment slowly. This is so great for when it's like -20 outside and your subjects are outside without a coat on and their ears are bright pink because it is freezing, and you don't want that to be the first thing that people notice when they look at your photos. You want them to be like, oh my goodness, look at this beautiful winter scene. Oh, and look how happy these people look. You don't want them to be like, oh my god, this guy looks freezing. This must have sucked. And you can always overdo it a little bit and then just adjust your layer opacity to bring down the intensity. So I think that looks pretty good. Take it all the way down, our layer opacity to 0, and then just bring it back in. So I'm actually thinking I like it around 100. See the before and after. So much less noticeable that it's freezing cold. The next thing I want to do is just even out a little bit of the dark to light colors here, even out a little bit of the blotchiness. So I'm going to create a new layer by hitting Command-Alt-Shift-N, and then Eyedropper Tool by hitting I, and I'm going to select a nice bright highlight color on his skin. And then using the brush tool, bring your flow to 100 and bring your opacity down to about 9 or 10. And now I'm just going to lightly paint over a couple dark spots that I notice the most here. And this is just going to even out the skin tones in a really simple, easy way. So now I'm going to take it back again. I'll lower the opacity all the way to 0 and then just bring it in a touch. Okay, so grouping our two adjustments together into one,
Here's the after, and here's the before. So if you feel like it's looking a little intense, you can take the whole group down a little bit. Maybe we'll lower that extra brush layer down a little bit, before and after. It makes a world of a difference.
And that is how I go ahead and adjust the colors of my skin tones. Thank you for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, I hope you'll hit the like button. And if you really enjoyed it and you like to see this face in your screen, in your screen, however big it is, if you want to see more of this and this, then hit the subscribe button.